The Netherlands is one of the most organized and well-planned countries in the world. It's flat, extremely flat. So flat that about a third of the land lies below sea level. But instead of fearing the sea, the Dutch have controlled it with canals, dikes, and dams for centuries. In Dutch, the country is called Nederland, which literally means low land. The people here have turned water into land, and used that land to build cities, grow food, and raise families. Sometimes people call the country Holland, but that's not quite right. Holland is just a part of the Netherlands, kind of like saying California when you mean the entire USA. Netherlands, a small but beautiful country in northwestern Europe. It shares its borders with Germany and Belgium and touches the cold waters of the North Sea. Away from the busy cities, you'll find the Dutch countryside. It's peaceful, green, and full of charm. Long, flat fields stretch to the horizon, often divided by canals and rows of trees. Villages here still hold on to old traditions. You'll find homes with red brick walls and sloped roofs, tulips growing in small gardens, and even people wearing wooden clogs in some rural areas. In the village of Geethorn, something very unique happens. There are no roads in the older part of town, just canals and footpaths. People get around using boats and cross tiny wooden bridges. It's like living inside a painting. The countryside is not just about beauty, it's also one of the most productive farming zones in Europe. The Netherlands is the second largest exporter of food in the world, thanks to its greenhouses and advanced technology. The Dutch figured out how to grow more with less land, less water, and less waste. In the Netherlands, bikes aren't just a hobby, they're a way of life. With a population of around 18 million, the country has over 23 million bicycles, more bikes than people. From kids going to school to business people going to work, almost everyone cycles. Bike lanes are everywhere, and in many cities, bikes get their own traffic lights, road signs, and even parking garages. The land is flat, the distances are short, and the cities are bike-friendly. That's why it works so well. You'll even see parents carrying babies, pets, or groceries, all on a bike. And yes, they do this even in snow or rain. For the Dutch, cycling isn't something special, it's just normal. It saves money, keeps people healthy, and makes the streets quieter and cleaner. Dutch food is not flashy, but it's full of tradition and comfort. Cheese is one of the country's most loved foods. People eat it in the morning, in sandwiches for lunch, or sliced with mustard as a snack. Some of the cheese names, like Gouda and Edam, are now known all over the world. But the Dutch also love fish, especially raw herring. It's served cold, with chopped onions. Most locals eat it by holding it by the tail and letting it slide into their mouth. It might seem odd, but it's a tradition that goes back hundreds of years. The Dutch also enjoy sweet things, like caramel-filled waffles that are warm, soft, and chewy. They go perfectly with a hot cup of coffee, which the Dutch drink a lot of. In fact, they're among the top coffee drinkers in the world. On the streets, you'll often see people eating fries in paper cones, covered with sauces like mayonnaise, curry ketchup, or peanut satay. It's fast, simple, and satisfying. The Netherlands has a deep connection to art. In the 1600s, during the Dutch Golden Age, artists began painting scenes of daily life in ways no one had seen before. These weren't just kings and queens, they were bakers, farmers, and families, shown with incredible detail. Rembrandt is one of the most famous names. He painted portraits that showed not just faces, but emotions. You could see the sadness, pride, or peace in a person's eyes. Then came Vermeer, known for painting quiet indoor scenes, like a girl reading a letter or pouring milk, but with soft light that makes them feel magical. Later, Vincent van Gogh gave the world something completely different. His bold brushstrokes, bright colors, and deep feelings changed art forever. Though he struggled in life, today his work is loved around the world. And art isn't separate from history. The Dutch fought floods, built cities on water, and became a sea power that traded across the globe. Much of that history still stands, in stone buildings, brick streets, and old canals that were dug by hand. The Netherlands is home to over 1,000 historic windmills, which once played a vital role in controlling floods and reclaiming land. Many were built in the 17th and 18th centuries to drain water from low-lying areas. The most famous site is Kinderdijk, where 19 windmills stand in a row, built around 1740. Windmills were also used for grinding grain, sawing wood, and other industrial tasks. The flower fields of the Netherlands are famous for their stunning tulip blooms each spring. Stretching across regions like the Bollenstreek, these fields attract millions of visitors from mid-March to early May. The Netherlands produces around 7 billion flower bulbs a year and is the world's largest flower exporter. The most popular spot is Keukenhof Gardens, which showcases over 7 million flowers. These colorful fields are not only beautiful but also a key part of Dutch culture and economy. Each Dutch city has its own personality. Amsterdam is built on over 1,200 bridges and dozens of canals. The buildings are tall, narrow, and sometimes leaning. Many were built during the 1600s when the city was a center of global trade. Today, it's full of museums, boats, markets, and thousands of bikes rolling over cobbled streets. Utrecht, one of the oldest cities, has canals that run lower than the street. Cafes and shops sit right at the water level, creating a calm and cozy atmosphere. The city's large church tower has stood for centuries, and its bells still ring across the rooftops. Rotterdam is something else entirely. After being destroyed during World War II, it was rebuilt with bold, modern buildings. You'll find cube-shaped houses, sharp glass towers, and creative architecture that shows a love for trying new ideas. It's also home to Europe's largest port. Then there's The Hague, the center of Dutch politics and international law. It's home to the royal family, the government, and the International Court of Justice. Unlike the other cities, it stretches all the way to the beach, where you'll find long sand dunes and calm waves just beyond the city buildings. Here are some little Dutch details that surprise people. The Dutch are extremely direct. They say what they think, honestly and clearly, and don't usually add extra words to sound polite. It may feel rude to outsiders, but here, it's just being honest. People love being organized. Trains run on time, streets are clean, and rules are followed. But that doesn't mean things are boring. In fact, the Dutch love humor, especially dry, clever jokes. Everyone speaks Dutch, but almost everyone also speaks English, and they do it very well. You can easily talk to shopkeepers, taxi drivers, or anyone in the street without needing to know Dutch.